Hi and welcome to Dressage Enlighten Online. I am Leanne Williams and this is my Rebecca, and I've got to say I am very excited. So Becca was born here, and if you have a little look on our Avoca Park horses, her half brothers are Zoe and Marcus, so we have some educationals on them as well. Becca is the big sister by our elder stallion Cardinal. So she's come back from her training. Her mother is lucky enough to be travelling to the UK for 4 weeks, so we're going to be able to reconnect a little bit. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time with her since she left when she was 4, but she does come regularly and has since she was sold when she was 4 for lessons. So we are quite familiar with each other. So as with every horse that we work with here, we will always start at the beginning, and I need to cross-check that things are exactly as I would want them. And of course our first exercise, there's no secrets there, is for her to be able to stretch to the pressure of the cavesson. So that's exactly where I'm going to start. And so what we do is I make sure that I've got her front legs as straight as possible. Good. And I'm going to just press her back a little bit. I'd like that her left front leg to be slightly more in line with her right, and I'm going to move that one as well. Good girl. And now, oh my goodness, with a very small pressure on the nose, I would like her to stretch her neck. So that's not going to happen right at the moment, but good girl. Very good. So you can see as she stretches, she starts to release the brachiocephalic muscle. The other thing I'd like to feel is that she mobilises her jaw. Now this horse is traditionally a little tricky to get her to mobilise her jaw, so that's one of my little projects I'd like to have while she's here, to get that TMJ working a little bit better. Now it doesn't surprise me that she's a little tight, because a tight TMJ will indicate also a tight brachiocephalic. Good, so we just spend the time. There's the mouth starting to move, and there we go with the stretch, and that's how those two things are so closely interrelated. Good. And she's taking it back up again. I'm going to ask her to take it down and release and take it down. No, no, no. And release and take it down. Well done, sweets. So she's a chunky little girl. So obviously with humans as well, the thicker set we are, the less supple we are. Good girl. So I'm going to ask with this particular horse to give me a little bit more stretch than what the horses that are a little bit more supple. She's not going to be so inclined to go over the forehand because she's got very good muscular development in front, and she's done a lot of balancing work. Oh, good girl. I need to get this relaxation work. Good, the relaxation of her body. Well done, sweets. So after we've let go through here, you can see we get nice and loose. If you have a look at her front legs, look how straight they are. They're 90 degrees to the ground. She's just brought it forward. She also has a little inclination to step out behind. Now she is Anglo-Arab cross Clydesdale, so she has a little bit the disposition, or did as a young horse, the disposition to stick her back legs out the back, her hock behind outside the point of buttock, as the Arabs would naturally do. So we spent a lot of time getting her to flex her pelvis and lift her core muscles. That she found a little bit difficult. She doesn't stand too badly behind now. Good. I'm asking for the stretch here to the left, but I would still like to improve that point of hock a little bit more under the point of buttock. So here we've got a nice stretch. She's a little bit inclined to head tilt. Now that's quite traditional with horses that have got thick set necks. Good, good. So she carries a little bit too much weight, which can be a tendency of the Clydesdale. In saying that, her major percentage is not Clydesdale. She's 3/5 Clydesdale, and she's 3/8 Clydesdale, and she's 5/8 thoroughbred. No, she's not, because she's Anglo. So let me start again. So we've got to divide it into halves now. That's made my brain work. So she's 3/8 Clydesdale, and she is 1/8 Arab. Go on. And she's half thoroughbred. There you go, that's the breakdown. So when you've got crosses like we've put, so her father was 3/4 Clydesdale, 1/4 thoroughbred, and her mother was half thoroughbred and half Arab. So that makes her 3/5 Clydesdale I've done it again. 3/8 Clydesdale, 1/8 Arab, and 4/8 or half, good girl, Thoroughbred. She hasn't thrown to the Thoroughbred much at all. Good girl. And we're going to stretch again. Good. I know it's difficult to get the stretch in the bend. So she's inclined to head tilt a little bit here, so I'm just helping her slightly. I haven't got my full 90-degree bend yet. Good. Shift back. Shift back. And lengthen. Yes. And turn. Good. Good. And I would like the stretch with the there we go. The stretch in the bend. She still has an inclination to head tilt, so all of these things I'll have a little bit of a check on. She can have a little breather, and we'll do the same. There's the mobility of the jaw, that's what we're looking for. Then we'll do the same thing to the right. First of all, the stretch. I'd like this to come a little quicker. Yes. Oh, good girl. Very good girl. Then we'll do the bend. Good, steady. She actually finds this right bend much easier than the left. See how she comes into the higher position? I'd like her to stretch a little to the left, to the right bend. Good, and release. Stretch a little to the right bend. And release. Stretch a little to the right bend. And release. I'm not getting the stretch, but I have to release to see if there's a result in there. This is an action, reaction. The action is I ask. The reaction, she needs to stretch. The action is I ask. The reaction, she needs to stretch. Good. So I would like to let her. Oh, good girl. Good girl. You can see she's lost her balance a little to the right shoulder. Good girl. You can see she's completely leaning on the right shoulder, so I can do a little rebalance over the left shoulder. Oh, and again. Little rebalance over the left shoulder. A little rebalance. She's still leaning on that right shoulder. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Good. And the reach. Good girl. Oh, there she goes. And I'd like a big deep breath and immobilise of the jaw. That would be my next thing. She's just not prepared to let that out yet. She's a bit suspicious of me. Good. So we'll do some more work with that next time, but I'm going to actually start her moving because she gets a bit what we call stuck in the legs or blocked in her legs. There's her neck getting a little short. Now I'm going to ask for the reach. And the reach. Oh, good girl. And I would like to be able to do the bending with the palm of my hand. This is much better. She does rock her shoulders, so I'm keeping an eye on that. Good. But I'm just trying to get her a little bit more independent. Independent. Good. And just wake up just a little bit. She's just a little blocked. Yeah, there we go. Independent. Good, independent. Good, and the reach. Good, and the reach. Ha ha ha. Excellent. That's much better. So I don't want her swinging around, but I do want her to follow this cavesson with the lightest of touches. So when I'm doing a half pass or a shoulder in or a travers, good, which this is where the level of education that she's at, I can do that. Good. Very good. Very, very good. I love that. Now she's saying to let go. She's rocking her shoulders a little bit too much for me. But this is super. Great. Okay, sweets, let's go for a walk. So let's start off walking around the long side. So I would like to bring her forward without her losing. No, she's got to over the shoulders straight away. Good. Stop. I'm going to stop. Good. And let her down. So we check all the bases, make sure they're there. Can she walk in balance? So she's showing me that we've lost a little bit of balance here. Good. And we're going to stop. And we're, and we're going to stretch down. Yes. And we're going to walk on. And we're going to stretch down. Good. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. And we're going to stretch down. Good. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Good. And we're going to stretch. Oh, oh, oh. Good. Oh, 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 my goodness, my girl. No. But there's big pushings here. Good, and the stretch. Good, and then we walk. With up, and she fell. Good, and we walk. So I'd like her to walk without her heart much better. Oh, oh, oh. Without shortening her neck up. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. And the reach. And release. And the reach. Oh, good girl. Good. Good. And I'm just touching her on the chest. Good. She's very familiar with the use of the whip. Oh, oh, oh. So I need to rebalance her and stretch her down. So this is going to be our exercise for the next couple of sessions. Oh, oh, oh. And lengthen the neck. And lengthen the neck. Come on, you've got to let me have you. Good, let me have you. Good, oh, very good. There we go, quiet walking without walking into me. Good, quiet walking. Oh, oh, oh. Good, I'm coming really slow here. I want her to be walk with her body without needing to use her neck. Oh, good, as leverage. Good, to stay walking. Oh, oh, oh. Let the neck down. Great. Good. Good. Oh, oh, oh. The neck. Oh, oh, oh. So we make these little corrections. You're much better doing very slow, correct steps than rushing her along. Good. Out of balance. Yes, I'd still like a little bit more reach. This is good. Oh, oh, oh. And the rebalance. Good, and then the stretch down. Put her back over her glutes. Good. Get her to put that point of hock underneath her point of buttock, and then she's got to engage her core muscles. Good. And the stretch. Good. And the walk. Going to do a half circle here. Oh, oh, oh. And the stretch. Good girl. Good. And the stretch. And come forward. Wall, wall, wall. Good, wall. Good. And wall. Wall. And reach. Good. And wall. And reach. Oh my goodness. That was very good. That was very good. Oh, 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 she's pushing. Good. And the reach. Good. Steady. 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 Yeah, too heavy. Good. And the reach, and she's got head tilt to the left, which is interesting. So we'll definitely be doing some work on that. Good, so that she can lengthen. You can see it there. See how she tilts her head to the left? Good. I need to stretch her neck out, stretch the vertebrae out. She was doing it in the bending as well. And then we'll be able to make a little, oh, 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 and the curling. No, and the balance. And the, very good. And the walk. Good, so soft walking without the tilt. Well done, I'll keep trying to quietly straighten that up. And again, the softness, and the looseness, and the lightness. There's that word. Good, there's better walk. No curling, no pulling her neck in. Oh, oh, oh. Great, and forward. Excellent. Oh, oh, oh. Excellent. Excellent. And the looseness. No, she's pushing me. Oh my goodness. You are a big girl. Good. And the push. This is what I was talking about when I was working Wilbur before. If you've ever looked at Wilbur's case study, everything's relative to size. So she's probably not pushing and losing her balance any more than what Wilbur is with the relativity of his size. But you're taking, 400 kilos to 650 kilos. That's a big difference for losing its balance when you're working with the cavesson. Good. But that doesn't mean I'm any stronger with her. I need her to develop the strength to control her size and him to develop the strength to control his size. Good. All relative. Very good girl. And walk on. So we're going to do a circle here. This has been a great first session for her. And she's losing her balance, and we'll go on with that next week. Tomorrow. Silly. Good. This is her first day back here. First day. 4 weeks, doll. First day, 4 weeks. That's exciting, isn't it? Good. Okay, and I'm going to do the stop, and I wanted to stop without pushing at me. Ho, ho, ho. Well done, sweets. Good, and I'm going to rebalance her because she's pushed a little bit. Rebalance her back. Don't want her legs to move. Good, I just wanted to shift her body weight back so I can lengthen her neck just like that. That's Becca's turn. So she's back for a couple of weeks, 4 weeks to be exact. We'll be dealing with her and working with her on each day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.